Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone. I'm Dr. Khairuno Fairuz Azman from the Department of Physiology, School of Medical Sciences, University of Science, Malaysia. So it's truly a pleasure to be presenting at this international conference. I'll be presenting a topic based on my research interest, natural products for neurodegenerative diseases towards sustainable therapeutic strategies. So today I'll be sharing how natural products can offer sustainable and holistic strategies to treat neurodegenerative diseases. So let's begin with what neurodegenerative diseases actually are. So they are conditions when neurons in the brain progressively lose their structure and function. So this leads to impairments in memory, movement, and behavior. Examples include Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, Huntington's disease, and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or ALS. So these diseases have several key features that are unique to them. For example, Alzheimer's disease is marked by amyloid beta plaques and tau tangles. Parkinson's by Lewy bodies, whereas for Huntington's marked by mutant Huntington proteins. But despite their differences, these diseases share common mechanisms, which are oxidative stress, neuroinflammation, and neuronal death. So today, the burden of these diseases is enormous. About 1 in 10 adults over 65 years old suffer from Alzheimer. So the prevalence of neurodegenerative diseases increases with increasing age, especially after 65 years old. And currently, more than 55 million people worldwide live with Alzheimer or Parkinson. So this figure here illustrates the prevalence of Alzheimer's disease and other type of dementia worldwide. So this means that neurodegenerative diseases are occurring worldwide. And this number is expected to double by 2050 because we are seeing about 10 million new dementia cases every year. And the global cost has already surpassed 1.3 trillion US dollars. So this places a tremendous financial strain on global healthcare system. And this cost is projected to double to about 2.8 trillion by 2030. And what's more worrying, 60% of those affected are from low and middle income countries. So this means this is mainly because healthcare access in these countries is limited. Unfortunately, current therapies are even not that much helping, and most current drugs are single target therapies. They act on one pathway in diseases that are actually multifactorial. And also they may relieve symptoms temporarily, but cannot stop or reverse disease progression. Many also have poor blood-brain barrier penetration. If you see in this figure here, this is the blood-brain barrier. So the drugs from the blood cannot easily enter the brain as they have poor penetration. So they cannot give significant effects on the brain. And some of the current therapies also has side effects such as nausea, dizziness, and toxics. And they are also costly for long-term use, and they have limited efficacy as well. And of course, synthetic drug production is unsustainable. It comes with environmental and economic costs. Right, so all of this highlight the urgent need for safer, multi-target, and sustainable therapeutic alternatives. So that brings us to natural products. So let's first understand what it means by natural product. So natural products are bioactive compounds naturally produced by living organisms. So they can be found in plants, microbes, fungi, marine organisms, bee products, animals other than bee, and also from food-derived bioactives, or we call this functional foods and nutraceuticals. Plants, for example, are among the richest source of natural products. They produce compounds like flavonoids, alkaloids, terpenoids that help them survive from environmental stress, and these same compounds can help to protect our neurons. So these are the example of natural products that you can get from plants, such as curcumin from turmeric, resveratrol from grapes, ginsenosides from ginsengs, and there are many others. And microbes, fungi, marine life are also powerful sources of natural products. Fungi gave us penicillin that has antimicrobial properties. Marine organism, for example, has bryostatin, which has been shown to treat Alzheimer's. And of course, bee products such as honey, propolis, royal jelly. So our research in USM are focusing on these bee products. We are focusing on the potential use of bee products in enhancing cognitive functions and to treat neurodegenerative diseases. They are rich in flavonoids like chrysin, quercetin that exhibit strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects in the brain. So from this, nature provides us a vast chemical library from plant to bees, each with molecules that can protect and repair our brain. So over the years, researchers have identified hundreds of bioactive compounds that show neuroprotective potential. These are just some of the examples that I have listed here. This table summarizes the main classes of the natural compounds, the examples of the natural compounds, and their key neuroprotective actions that has been proven by research. First, we have the flavonoids, compounds like chrysin, luteolin, and quercetins. So these are well known for their antioxidants and anti-inflammatory effects. But more importantly, they help increase BDNF, which supports neuron growth and enhance synaptic plasticity. So next are the polyphenols such as resveratrol and curcumin. They protect mitochondria and prevent amyloid aggregations, which is one of the key features of Alzheimer's disease. Then we have terpenoids like lupiol, ginsenosides, which are highly neuroprotective and anti-apoptotic, meaning they help prevent neuronal cell death. And interestingly, they also has been shown to moderate important pathways like PI3K-AKT and MAPK pathways. And alkaloids such as huperzine A and berberine work differently. They inhibit acetylcholinesterase and enhance neurotransmission. So this helps improve learning and memory. Phenolic acids like caffeic acid and ferulic acid help neutralize free radicals and suppress inflammatory pathway like NF-kappa beta. And other groups like saponins, carotenoids, and bee-derived products also shows impressive effects. They improve memory, protects mitochondria, and supporting overall brain function. So other compounds also shows neuroprotective effects via different pathway, such as NRF2-HO1 pathway, increase SIRT1 activation, or sirtuin, which is an enzyme to protect against aging and stress. And some also increase dopamine levels and protect dopaminergic neurons. And most importantly, they protect hippocampal neurons. So when we put all this together, we can see that each class targets multiple mechanisms, not just one. So that's why natural products are so powerful. They don't only treat symptoms, but they support brain's health from many different angles. Now I'd like to share a bit about our research focus. So at USM, our work focuses on the neuroprotective effects of honey and its flavonoids. So honey, as we know, is not just a natural sweetener. It is a complex biological product made by bees from flower nectar. There are many types of honey around the world. For example, tualang and kelurut from Malaysia, manuka from New Zealand, cedar from Yemen, and cassia honey from the Middle East. But each of those with different composition and medicinal value. But honey basically contains natural sugars, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and most importantly, they are rich in bioactive compounds such as flavonoids and phenolic acids. So these bioactive compounds have been shown to have strong antioxidant effects, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and also they are able to heal wounds faster. So in our studies, we found that honey can actually improve memory and learning performance, particularly in aging models, Alzheimer's disease model, and also cognitive decline that is induced by stress. So these effects are linked to higher levels of BDNF and acetylcholine in the brain. So BDNF is a protein that supports neuronal growth and survival, while acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter involved in signal transmission. So honey consumption is able to increase these two molecules and in turn is able to enhance learning and memory. And at the same time, honey helps reduce neuroinflammation by lowering pro-inflammatory markers like interleukin-1 beta and TNF-alpha. And mechanistically, honey works through modulation of PI3K, AKT-mTOR, and NF-kappa beta pathways, which are crucial for neuronal survival and inflammation control. So these are some of the papers that we have published on this research. Well, overall, honey improves brain function and structures through several pathways. It acts as powerful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and acts also as neurotrophic agent. So it supports synaptic plasticity and neuronal connectivity. And interestingly, these same mechanisms are shared by many other natural products, not just honey. Many other natural products also has similar mechanisms. So let's take a look at closer at the common pathways through which natural compounds help preserve brain health. So they reduce oxidative stress. These compounds act as natural antioxidants that neutralize free radicals and prevent neuronal damage. They also enhance neurotrophic factors like BDNF, which support neuronal growth, survival, and the formation of new synaptic connections. They also protect mitochondria, so they ensure that neurons have enough energy to function properly and to resist degeneration. They also suppress inflammation in the brain. They reduce the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines and prevent neuronal loss. Some compounds can even promote neurogenesis, which is the birth of new neurons, and improve neurotransmission, which helps the brain to maintain strong communication between nerve cells. At the molecular level, natural compounds may activate sirtuins, which are proteins that regulate stress response, DNA repair, and cell longevity. And interestingly, they also reduce beta amyloid aggregation, which is one of the key hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. So overall, these mechanisms work together to protect neurons, maintain brain plasticity, and slow down the progression of neurodegenerative diseases. So this figure illustrates some of these mechanisms. For example, curcumin, resveratrol, they enhance oxidative antioxidant enzymes and scavenge free radicals. They also reduce oxidative phosphorylation in the mitochondria, so they give protective effects on the neurons. Ginsenoside is able to inhibit pro-inflammatory cytokines and reduce NF-kappa beta and protect brain cells. EGCG or epiglycocatechin gallate is the most abundant catechin in green tea. It is a powerful polyphenol. It works by inhibiting protein aggregation and prevent neuronal death. Huperzine A is a natural alkaloid derived from Chinese herbs. It is able to modulate neurotransmitter to improve brain functions. So in simple terms, natural compounds help neurons survive longer, communicate better, and regenerate when damaged. So over time, these effects translate into better cognitive function, stronger memory, and slower disease progression. So now that we have seen how natural compounds act at the molecular level, let's look at why they are so promising in neurodegenerative diseases. One of their biggest advantage is their multi-target action. Unlike most synthetic drugs that focus on a single pathway, natural products can regulate oxidative stress, inflammation, apoptosis, and synaptic function all at the same time. And this is important because neurodegenerative diseases are complex. It involves many overlapping mechanisms that cannot be treated by targeting just one process. So natural products also have preventive potential and neurotrophic effects. They also show strong mechanistic alignment in important neurodegeneration pathways. Another important point is their lower toxicity. They are safer and can be better tolerated compared to synthetic drugs. And also there are rich diversity of natural compounds on this earth that have been proven to have neuroprotective effects. And importantly, because they are renewable and eco-friendly, they can support sustainability effort. So in summary, natural products are not just alternatives. They represent a holistic and sustainable approach to brain health and the management of neurodegenerative diseases. So in terms of sustainability, we still need to ensure that we use these resources responsibly and ethically. First, we need to ensure ethical sourcing and biodiversity protection. When we harvest herbs or bee products, it must be done in a way that preserves ecosystems and protects pollinators. Second, we should empower local beekeepers and urban farmers. Building fair partnerships help strengthen local economies. Next, adopting green extraction and eco-friendly processing is also crucial. So this means using safer solvents, renewable energy, and sustainable packaging to minimize waste and environmental impact. We can also apply a circular bioeconomic approach where agricultural byproducts are converted into high-value bioactive ingredients. In the research space, there's a growing need to integrate technology and data science using tools like metabolomics, AI, and digital traceability to optimize quality. And of course, we must focus on regulatory and safety standardization, and natural product-based therapies must meet ethical standards. So all together, these efforts align with Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) 3, 12, and 15, which are promoting good health, responsible consumption, and life online. So in short, our goal is not just to heal the brain, but to do it in a way that also sustains the earth and empowers local communities. So in conclusion, natural products offer a sustainable path to neuroprotection. They bring together ancient wisdom and modern science, giving us safer, multi-target solutions for neurodegenerative diseases. So we need to develop standardized, safe, and accessible formulations so that what we discover in the lab can be translated into real benefits for patients. And to move forwards, we need to integrate modern technologies, tools like metabolomics, network pharmacology, and AI as well, to help us identify how these natural products or natural compounds work together and which combination are most effective. So thank you for your attention. This is my name, affiliation, and email address. Please contact me if you have any further questions or for collaborative purposes. Okay, thank you.